Okay, here we're gonna talk about 601 human traffic of stadium. And the table name is called stadium. And then here we have free column name, ID, visit table, visit dates, and then people, and then the type of the column name. Here it's not very important here what it say, and then we have to go here. We have to write a SQL query to display the records with 3 or more rows with consecutive IDs. So for example, 1, 2, 3, this is called consecutive. And the number of the people is greater than or equal to 100. So for example, from this table, ID equal to 1, which people is 10. So this we cannot select it. And then if 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 3, this is consecutive number ID, but then the 4 is not bigger than 100 because we have to write at least 3, right? 3 or more rows. So we have to select from 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the result table which we have to get. Okay, actually, I'm not think this is very hard question though. So for me, I will just select and then select everything, right? And then from stadium table, because here we have to use we have to select consecutive number. So therefore we have to have 3 numbers, 3 tables at least. So I will give it just like S1, from S1, and then stadium S2, give a name, and then stadium, so stadium S3, and then here we have to specify which table you're gonna get, right? Just want to make it prettier. And then so from and then where we have to give a condition where, which is people. So but because we have 3 tables also have people's names, so we have to give it as one. People is bigger or equal to 100, and so I will just write here, and don't like this, doesn't look pretty at all. And then S2, people also bigger or equal to 100. And then S3 too, so here I will give it S3, 3 people bigger equal than 100. And then here we have to think about how can we select the consecutive ID. So here we still need to use an, and then I will give it bracket. So basically, so we can use S1 ID equal to S2 ID plus 1, and I will explain later. S2 ID equal to S3 ID plus 1, 2, and then and S3 ID, no, S1 ID equal to S3 ID plus 2. Here, can you understand? So basically, S1 ID is the biggest, which we can say 8. 8, if SID S1 ID is 8, then S2 ID will be 7, and then S3 ID will be 6, right? Okay, and then here I will give it another here. Yeah, and then we have, because why? Because here will be like, if 7, then will be 7, 6, 5, 4. But if S1 ID is 7, this is the biggest. Wait, I will explain again. And then we have to give it another rocket. So if SID is the smallest, S1 ID equal to S2 ID minus 1, and S2 ID equal to S3 ID minus 1, and then S1 ID is equal to, so here is, wait, here will be like S1 ID is the smallest, right? Because, for example, if S1 is equal to 5, then S2 is supposed to be 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. And then S2 is equal to S3 minus 1. So S2 is 6, then S3 will be 7, because 7 minus 1 will be 6. So S1 ID will be equal to S3 ID minus 2, right? Because S3 ID is the biggest. So then here will be like, if SID is 7, then no, this is like smallest will be 6. And then we have to including 7. So here we have another one. So we have to consider if S1 is equal to 7, then S1 ID, we consider S2 ID is minus 1, and then S1 ID is equal to S3 ID minus 1, and then S2 ID is equal to, so S2 ID is the smallest, and then S3 ID is the biggest. So we have to give it S3 ID minus 2. Here, can you understand? So S1 is 7, and then S2 will be like 6, right? And then S1 is 7, and then S3 will be 8, because 8 minus 1 equal to 7, right? So this is considered S1 is the middle, at the middle. And then here, so here condition we already finished, and then we have to get one more rocket because I gave it to him, and then we have to order by. We can order by ID descending, but the question is we have to use visit dates ascending. So we just do as the question asks, and then so because here we have so many tables, so it will repeat 6 6 and then 7 7 8 8. No, 6 6 7 7 and then 8. So we have the distinct, this condition, distinct. So then we will have the right answer. Let's see. Yeah, here I upset it. Okay, thank you guys. I hope you guys have fun. It's not very difficult. Yes. Okay. I have to